Imagine waking up in a city where democracy works. A city where black voters and white voters share power. A city that defied the odds. A city where the promise of America finally feels real. Now imagine watching it go up in flames at the hands of an armed, angry mob in a single day. That day happened. It happened in Wilmington, North Carolina in 1898. Welcome back to the Blatant History Channel, where we tell you the story, the whole story. Please like and subscribe. In the late 1890s, Wilmington sat between the Atlantic Barrier Islands and the Cape Fear River. It became a rare place of hope for a new America. A thriving black community built real political power. Black residents used the citizenship rights promised after the Civil War. Across the South, this usually brought violent retaliation. But in Wilmington, the votes of 8,000 black men helped create a biracial fusion government. Black aldermen served the city. Black health inspectors and postmasters worked in important positions. Black police officers served even under racist limits. The county coroner, jailer, and treasurer were black. Black families owned their homes. Black businesses operated 3 banks. A black newspaper told their story. Residents believed the promise of emancipation was finally real. Powerful white leaders could not stand it. Businessmen, newspaper editors, and political bosses planned to end what they called Negro rule. They launched what they named the White Supremacy Campaign. They sent militias and red-shirt vigilantes to intimidate voters. On the night before the election, Colonel Alfred Waddell told a crowd to stop any black man from voting. On November 10, white mobs, militias, and red shirts stormed Wilmington. They murdered at least 60 black people, though many believe the toll was far higher. The attackers burned the office of the black-owned Daily Record and posed proudly in front of the ruins. Waddell declared himself mayor. Hundreds of black residents fled into the woods and hid in cemeteries. Families took shelter beside the graves of their loved ones. For decades, survivors rarely spoke of the terror. One survivor named Athalia Howe later warned her young great-granddaughter to run if it ever happened again. That warning led a new generation to search for the truth. Modern Wilmington residents, including Tim Pinnock, Cynthia Brown, Nate Brown, and Sonia Patrick Amin-Ra, have worked to uncover the real story. Schools and parks once named for the killers have been renamed. Communities are identifying every person who died and every person who survived. Descendants share their stories at events marking the 125th anniversary of the coup. For almost a century, white leaders told lies about the massacre. They called it a riot. They portrayed the killers as heroes. State report in 2006 exposed those lies. Yet many people in Wilmington still do not know the real history. The legacy of the coup was devastating. Black residents lost jobs, homes, wealth, and political power. More than 2,000 black residents fled. Black literacy rates collapsed. The number of registered black voters in North Carolina fell from 126,000 to just over 6,000. Wilmington did not elect another black official until 1972. The violence in Wilmington was not isolated. At least 34 mass attacks during Reconstruction followed the same pattern. White mobs killed scores of black people to erase black political participation. One victim in Wilmington was Joshua Halsey. He owned a home on North 6th Street. When white militiamen searched for him, he ran out the back door and they shot him in the yard. His descendant Hesketh Brown later collected soil from the spot where he died. One jar sits in his home in Queens. Another was buried in a ceremony honoring Halsey in 2021. After the ceremony, Mr. Brown stood at the Cape Fear River and imagined being trapped between the water and an armed mob. It was the first time he felt true anger. Mr. Pinnock and Mr. Brown now work to reconnect people with their history. They want Wilmington to remember every life touched by the coup. They say the truth lives only when someone chooses to tell it. Someone will write your history. You can let others define it, or you can tell it yourself. And here, the Blatant History Channel, we tell the unvarnished story. We let you decide how to color it. Please like and subscribe.